All right, hello, welcome back to Phlox'em All. We are doing one more game here with Warlock. If you saw my last one, it's a deck that just feels like it has to get lucky to win. It's kind of the notes I have on here. I'll again this. They got a Nizak. Nizak is weird. I don't think I'm that scared of it. Try hard is fine. I don't know what Lictor Justinian does. Of course, it's an atrocity turn one with me having mulliganed. And there we go. That just puts us right into shadows, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and do a Tails You Lose here for Hamstrung. Might be able to defense initiative this, but they don't have the Scudem at least. They do go back into Dis. We're not going to get the Tails, but that's fine. It's not really doing a whole lot. There's the unkillable Nizak. Rebirth Atrocity. Grave Bounty. We don't have any Amber. This might be a Chasm Vespid scenario, except we really don't want to give them back Atrocity to get more turns with it. Yeah. Oh, we discard the Clonal Witch. It's fine. We'll go ahead and purge the Hawk. Okay, one more turn of Atrocity. Not really any other fates worth doing there. Chasm Vespid is one of my few ways of getting rid of this, but I think I would rather hit it with Lost in the Woods. I don't want to hit this with Lost in the Woods, so here we are. I am pretty okay with this being a fate effect rather than getting played. That card can do some crazy stuff. Gridalek lets them steal my creatures. Alrighty then. I guess all of our stuff is just dying. Unless we just don't even have a house to play next turn anyways because of Atrocity. Might be okay, because I think if we kill this, we windrow it so that it goes back into our deck. Alright, we get Untamed. Fantastic. Atrocity is gone. So I don't think we care to keep creatures on the board because that way the Gridalek can't attack anyways. Get the most amber here. We're going to do this. We'll go ahead and do how far you've come to ward all their stuff. That's fine. Let's shuffle Vespid. I really want to shuffle Clonal Witch. I don't know if it's right though. We'll try it. This is actually fun. We can pop all the wards immediately with Dark Minion. And we found the Clonal Witch, so I don't know if anyone else has noticed this. When you shuffle cards back into your deck on TCO, it seems like they end up on top of your deck disproportionately to not. Okay, there's an Infernus. They're going to get some Amber Pips here, but I think we got back stuff we wanted, so we'll see what they hit. Probably Grave Bounty and Windrow. I'm thinking about it. Maybe the Ambermancy, but we don't really have a good way of buffing our creatures here. I'm really thinking about it. Yeah. Grave Bounty and Ambermancy. See if they even make any amber here. They might not. I don't think we play Warflane, except this is one of the few matchups where this guy might actually do stuff. Not sure what they're deciding here. Yeah, just what prophecy to do for shadows. That's fine. They try hard our witch. Can we just not? Can we play Clone a Witch, please? I would really love for that card to actually hit the board. Yeah. So try hard is one of those cards that very game warping. There's all the wards. We'll go ahead and shuffle something back in, and then we will purge something of our own. We'll go ahead and get the hamstrung. Oh, this is not what I should have done. That was a mistake. Oh well. Oh, I guess we're calling shadows next turn. We'll see what happens with that. Do they have, what kind of start of turn prophecies they have? Oof. So we can purge one of these with the brutal consequences. Okay, lost our second grave bounty and the Eddy. I think we do this. Go ahead and purge the Infernus. Play, no, we want to play Thunk last so it survives. Not there. Salt and Enrage, Miasma, and then let's take the ward off of that. There's maybe an argument for taking the ward off one of these, but at this point, I am not expecting to have a board. Just in general. So I don't think it really matters at this point. We just need to win the Amber race and be able to take out other problem creatures like Bandit Culver. They go into shadows. What do they have in shadows? They do have Hoodwink, so we could lose a lot of Amber here. But they haven't gotten very far into their deck. They discard a Fidget for steal. Okay, so now that's going away. This is not going off. We have a chance to put something else under there. Oh no, they're not getting to check, sorry. And then discard a Shaffles off the Forge ahead. We're all right with that. Uh, do we want to shuffle stuff back in? Honestly, shuffling back in shadows doesn't feel too bad. What about Dis? No, because we're gonna... Yeah, I think getting that shadow stuff back in there would be good. Everything dies if I play it. Shadows. Nobil, play a fairy, and then we'll go ahead and... Oh, this yeah, did not proc, so we still don't get to prophecy. Prophesy? Place a fate effect or a activate a prophecy. Maybe shouldn't feed stuff to Nizak. That does just clog up our hand a little bit. But if they play creatures other than... Oh no, this is just if they play more shadows creatures. Unfortunately. Do need to be careful of the Spendthrift, because they do have some captured amber now. That could be a pretty big burst for them. Purging their Infernus was maybe wrong. Except we could purge the Tryhard now this turn. We really need our creature control to start going off, though. Yeah, they get to steal my Nobil. Oh, he was still warded. Okay. That's fine. This is just a lot of creatures, though. But they're not going to check either. So it's kind of just whatever. We get to purge some fun stuff. Oh, they are going to check. Nice. A defense initiative, the fall guy. Interesting there. Throw that under. We'll Eddie. Furnace. Gonna do the Infernus ability first. We'll hit the opponents. Oh, there's too many cards I want to hit here. We do need to hit one Amber Pip, though. So I think it's gonna be Cover Fire. We hit the Cover Fire? Yeah, that card is crazy. Grave Bounty. Okay. Problem is I can't force this one because this card is killing them on my turn instead of on my opponent's turn, so I can't like force them to kill 3 of my creatures by just making my own take the damage when I play cards. But this Shadow's turn should be alright. There's Marcella. They are getting lots of wards though, so this going off isn't even going to be that amazing. But going into Saurian here means they can't play more creatures without this going off, which they'll have to decide their sequencing. If they sequence it wrong, that'll go really bad, but more importantly, we have 2 brutal consequences to purge some stuff with. Again, unfortunately, one of the cards I probably want to purge is Tryhard. Maybe Governess too. There's the fight from Rufus. Okay, so fighting that off so you can play Scipio. Doing some reaping. Problem with this is if they actually have Spendthrift here, we could get in a lot of trouble. Because this is just more amber going back to them. I think this is tough because these are actually probably the two better prophecies in this deck, and I need kind of both of them. But I guess we can play an evasive maneuvers under this one this turn because this is going to go off. I guess we could place it under either because it's going off. All right, what are they thinking about here? Think about playing another creature. A prophecy to put something under. Yeah. So with the look how far, we probably just can't play Fall Guy. Because if that's Spendthrift, we just lose the game here, I think. So we call Shadows. Even though we could get him killed easily. We'll do this one now. What do we kill? Just gonna hit this again and purge it, and then I think we purge the tryhard. I don't know. This is tough. This is a pretty big board. This could be a problem for us. We do have the ping with the Lost in the Woods. Hard to get that ping though. So the hope is basically just that. Well, all of their words will be gone. So we can, whichever ones have the most amber on them, we can Lost in the Woods them before we play any creatures. Those Fall Guys are actually a problem. See if they get to check though. If they don't get to check, are in trouble. I mean, not like hugely. And we have this too, which will be really big once this fires. I think we just shuffled these two in. We go Untamed. We just dump some creatures. Force them to fire our... This one might never fire now. But these two are going to be pretty consistent if they want to win the game. Luckily, this Fall Guy is also warded at this point, so this going off is not going to cause a steal. It mainly just pings some stuff and removes the wards, which we didn't get our Lost in the Woods back, unfortunately. That would have been awesome on the redraw. But it does make Spendthrift less scary. I still don't know that we can play creatures most of the rest of this game. Go back into Sorry, and this is going to be their most productive turn for sure. We can Chasm Vespid this turn now. I'm not stopping the key, unfortunately, unless we go Shadows and Miasma. Actually, might be worth it. We know Spendthrift isn't going. Oh, what's this? I don't know if we can get away from that. Shadows. Yeah, I think we have to give up this key. I mean, my guess is this one's the Spendthrift, but I think if we can play around either option, we should. So we call this play Eddie, discard, discard. Say if you go to check, I bounce half your board. But they have to go to check to win. Question is, did they... Both defense initiatives are gone, so I don't think they have any more warding. Of course, we can't tell anymore because they stole my Gnaw Bill. They go into Saurian. Start reaping. Give me one more. All right. They don't have a way to ward their whole board. I think we win. I'm telling you, Chasm Vespid. Just the most insane card maybe in the set. It is crazy. Crazy how good that card is. But this is where I'm learning to play around prophecies too. Like one Spendthrift, we hadn't seen it. We know we can't proc either of these because we lose the game immediately if we do. Because here we have to play the miasma. So this is why this deck is still on the fence for me, right? One, I like it just because it's cool. I'll talk about Clonal Witch all day. It's a crazy card. There's a lot of stuff with the fate effects and shadows, which is really fun. The Untamed does have utility. I think it could be a little bit different, but even the Warfleans, I've had some games where being able to recycle stuff that I used as fates really early on is really nice. I think these two numbers are still a little bit tricky. And then again, if we're going against key cheat type stuff, so much of this deck's game plan starts falling apart because we also don't get to do this prophecy if they're key cheating. So we'll see. I'll put it on the back burner for a little bit. We'll leave it on there for now, but I don't know that this is quite a Vault Tour level deck. Maybe if it was in NKFL or something, we do that, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Again, sorry for the first couple episodes having the camera in the wrong place. Should have that fixed from now on. But again, let me know if you like these, if you would like to see more or less of the deck evaluation, more of me talking about the deck, less of me talking about the deck, more of me pointing out stuff on the game if I'm missing stuff that is confusing for new players or whatever. Let me know. I want to make these kind of as interactive as we can with it being on YouTube. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Phlox'em all. Bye-bye.